Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to make cheesy baked broccoli. I'm doing it really quick and really fast and getting to the point because the first video was blah 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 and the other ones don't have to be. So, I already made my broccoli. I only put a small amount in there, so I only cooked it for like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. But you know when it's done because the whole thing steams up. Steam burns are the worst. So, it cooks it good. Alright, so I got my broccoli already cooked. If you can't figure that part out, come on. Microwave it for 2 minutes and you shake it like every 1 minute. Microwave it for like 3.5 minutes, shake it every 2 minutes. Shake it like once in between and at the end or whatever. Okay, so make your cheese sauce. Saucepan. Cornstarch. Any brand. 1 slice of processed cheese. Like I said, you just slap your cheese in the bottom of the pan. I just messed up a batch, so don't judge that. So what you want to do is put just like this much water in there, not much at all. Because the more water you use, the less creamy, the less fatty, the less flavor. So I just put, it looks gross, but you know, like that much. Get a wire whisk, and you have to whisk that cheese. Oil and water don't really go together, but if you whisk it enough, they do. So what you want to do is just whisk this piece of cheese into the water really well. Yeah. And you have to lift it up if it starts to boil, otherwise you're going to have an oil overboil. This overboils really, really quickly. You whisk it all together. Doesn't take long. And then you have a nice yellow cheese water. Just whisk it all together. And then set it to the side for just 1 second. Keep it a little bit warm. And then what you want to do is get a small container. Put about, I just use a small metal teaspoon. I don't really measure right, but I use like this much. If you go too much, you can't go back. I like it pretty thick though because the broccoli has a lot of moisture. So you need to make it pretty thick if you want a good taste. And you just add just enough water in that to dissolve it. Stir it up. You want just a nice milky consistency. You don't, if it's kind of hard to stir, then you need a little bit more water. You can't really do too runny, but if you do too milky, you cause an issue because it will curdle right when it hits the pan. So the big important thing about this is when you put this back on the heat, just whisk and slowly pour it to the mixture. Otherwise, disaster will hit in the form of lumps. So keep this on the heat and you just keep whisking it. And it just thickens and thickens into a nice, lovely sauce. And this is really about great. It's pretty much perfect. So right now, I can just turn off the heat. And as you can see, I have a nice, lovely cheese sauce. Now, this probably doesn't have too much flavor, but you want to salt your vegetables. So now that this is pretty much fully cooked, I'm just going to drain it quick. And then always remember, you salt your vegetables, not your sauce. If you salt your sauce, you're going to have 10 times more sauce. Salt. So, I just kind of have a good idea of how much salt I like to put on mine. If it's too much salt for your taste, then don't add that much salt. It's not rocket science. Also, for my bacon, I like to use real bacon. I don't like to use Bacos because that adds just a lot of extra salt. And the rest of it I just throw in the sink. I just throw it away. And before you add your cheese sauce, shake the salt up. Shake really good. And add your cheese sauce. This might be a little bit much, honestly. But you probably don't want all of it, otherwise it's just going to be too cheesy. If you like more cheese, then you like more cheese. Most of the calories you're going to get is just the cheese. 1 slice of cheese, 30 calories per tablespoon of cornstarch. Maybe it's 35. 35, it's not that big of a deal. And then 25 calories for every tablespoon of bacon bits, at least the brand I use. They're very low calorie. I'm almost out of these, but I like to use the more expensive real bacon. It's my own preference. If you like Bacos, you might need to add a little bit less salt because Bacos are very salty. I'm just going to add the rest of these. You usually add about 2 tablespoons. It's only like 50 calories. And you can eat a big old bowl of this, fill yourself up, and you won't really have too many cravings later because blood sugar didn't spike. Shake it up good. I'll show you what this looks like. It looks freaking amazing. If you don't try it, you're going to be sad. Well, you might just be a chubbo like me. Chubbos, unite. Okay. So, here you go. I'll just show you how delightful this looks. It doesn't look as delicious in this darn thing, but yum. I'm gonna eat this whole freaking bowl. I was gonna eat pizza. See, that's my diet secret, is like, I totally cheat all the time. Real bad. Because I have to at least have something real bad for me, like at least a McDonald's burger a day, or a pork burger, or a hot dog, or a steak, or I mix it up throughout the day. My biggest secret, honestly, is to have ready-made easy meals in your freezer so that you don't either, one, be like, fuck it, I don't want to cook, and you go to the fast food. My favorite thing in the world that I've recently discovered, honestly, is Lean Pockets Culinary Creations. They have like a majillion different flavors. I stock up. I only spend like $10 because they're $2 for a package of 2, so they're $1 each. So for 5 packages, or even if I spend $20, I have a freezer full of lean, whole grain, good things to munch on. And yeah, I would recommend those to everyone in the world. Just every single different flavor. Just stock up on tons of different flavors that sound good to you so that when you want a snack, you have something easy. Because I honestly go through, 10 to 20 Lean Pockets every 2 weeks. Pretty much like so. And this whole dish has like under 200 calories. And you get pretty filled up on this. So sometimes I'll just eat a big bowl of this before my ice cream. So then I'm not like, oh, I'm so hungry, and just get full off ice cream or get full off a pork burger. You have to learn to eat the vegetables first. If you are starving and you eat something delicious, you're going to want to fill up. You can't stop yourself. Be smart. Don't be a retard. Alright, so after I watched that video, like just reviewed it, I realized that I either got the most unflattering angle of myself or my arm, my right arm is just ridiculously strong. So, I'm going to show you my semi-fat lard. This is like 2 weeks from my last video, and I've been cheating kind of a lot in the past couple days. So I don't know, honestly. I think I've lost like 1 pound. Let me go look. Take it or leave it. I'll take it. It's my fat lard. It's my stuff. Trippy. But my flabs somehow look like they may have abs underneath them. You be the judge, girl. Sorry I call you girls. I'm my period, okay?